Michael, it's a huge task. Amazon Games boss claims next Tomb Raider is going well. Andy Robinson over at VGC. Amazon Games boss Christoph Hartmann has reassured fans that the next Tomb Raider is progressing well, despite recent turbulence at Crystal Dynamics' parent company, Embracer Group. Dude, that company just needs to vanish. It was announced back in December of 2022 that Amazon would be publishing the next Tomb Raider game, which is being developed by its modern creator, Crystal Dynamics. Dude, nice to bring it back home. I love it. I like that idea, right? Bring it where he all kind of came from. At least they're keeping it in the family. Crystal Dynamics was one of the numerous studios hit with layoffs last year following a restructuring program, which its owner, Embracer Group, said would lead to some studios being closed and some projects being canceled. Dude, they closed one studio after another over there. Speaking to IGN in a new interview, Amazon Games boss Hartmann claimed that Crystal Dynamics have been fairly sheltered from the turbulence at Embracer and said that the development of the next Tomb Raider was progressing. Great. Quote, the studio, from what I can tell, is fairly sheltered from everything going on with Embracer. I mean, it has to, because Embracer never was one company. It's a multitude of different companies now. Like, they broke out into 3. So weird. It was just a culmination of an incredibly large amount of independent businesses, and it's not just games development. They're like books and games and this and that. Yeah, that pretty well sums up Embracer. It's really this and that, and nobody really knows what's happening. And that was just me. Let's get back into the article. Quote, and then they always were very sheltered. People obviously look at what the parent company is doing, but it never impacted on resources, never led to any changes on management for them. They're fine. And quote, I mean, doing a new Tomb Raider is the bar is high. The longer you go, the expectations go higher. So it's a huge task with things, but things are progressing, end quote. He said, quote, I mean, there's some really great ideas here. Obviously, we're not going to share any of them. Well, that's too bad with you, even if you would love to, but things are going well. Things are moving forward, end quote. At the end of the day, Michael, that's all we can really hope for, is that we are getting a new Tomb Raider game. We knew we were, and it is progressing in the right direction because everybody fears the name Embracer Group.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that, at Gamescom, we saw the Tomb Raider trailer, we got a little hyped, it ended up just being a crossover event, right? So that's kind of where I think they had to come out and say, look, we're still making the game, because the moment you saw Lara Croft at Gamescom, you're like, all right, let's go! Yeah. Oh, it's just a crossover. So, sounds like everything's going well, as you said. Anytime Embracer's involved, you've got to come out and say this, but also there was a lot of like, yeah, it's going well, but where's the date? Where's even a screenshot? Where's the cinematic, right? We don't have any concrete evidence to say, all right, we know this is going well. We just have reassurance from the boss, which I guess, as you said, is the least you can hope for, but until we get a date, some kind of cinematic, I'm still nervous, right? Because we don't have any concrete evidence that this game is in production. We just have reassurance that the boss thinks it's going well.
I'm wondering if it's coming in 2026.
Has to be.
Don't even worry about 2025. Let's skip that year. Keep working on it. Keep producing the game. Working on production. Skip it. Get into 2026 because 2025 is going to be so hot that I'm worried that Tomb Raider is going to get swallowed up and just completely missed. Especially on the heels of GTA 6 coming out at the end of 2025. Dude, everybody's got to fear that game. I don't care who you are. Everybody has to fear that. Where are you dropping? September is going to be an interesting month. This year is going to be hot again. Last year it was nuts. This year, same deal. What does it look like next year? That now becomes a bigger question. So I do appreciate that we got out in front of it. Yeah, we are getting something like you said, right? We got a crossover with Naraka Blade Point. Surprised. I was like, what is happening here? But okay. Seems like Tomb Raider now, Lara Croft is getting into other games, kind of like Sam Fisher. They're like, yeah, here's Sam over here, and Sam's over here, and Sam's over here. So, I don't know. We'll see. But good news is they're still working on the game.